Okay, let's see here. I'm trying something a little different today. I clearly don't have my headset on. We have a mic set up. Since Tracy's not in the room, we can use a mic and we don't get weird echoing things happening. Hopefully it sounds reasonable. Okay, it's just me today. So it might be a little bit of a quieter stream. There's no Jeff, no Nicole, and no Tracy. We're gonna be doing some stuff in Unity. I'm gonna go to the town. Kind of want to finish or continue on what we were doing last night a little bit. The pupper's vacuuming the floor because might be a crumb on the ground that could be eaten somewhere. Okay, so what we were working on last night was a blacksmith upgrade window. And for the most part, it does work. Looks like shit. I don't think I care right now, but it does look like shit. I kind of want to put some text in here though. What's he doing? I don't like this. Okay. Kind of want to put some text in here to tell you how far you've gone. I kind of want to put the cost somewhere, but for now I don't really. Yeah, I just don't think I care. Oh, let's see. Let's give it a little bit of a. Did you guys coin the phrase? Do I need to stop using it? 55, 52, minus 20. Let's do the same thing to this. 155. How much height did I have on that? 52? Let's just do 50. Let's do 160 though, because I know I'm having trouble with width on this. 160, 50. And I have a negative 20 for the buffer, for the margin really. All right, now, do I have room? Hold on 1 second, I need to open, 1 second, Momento. I need to open Notepad. Okay. I need to change my plot level. My upgrade level is 0. My upgrade level is 0. If I hit play. How are you doing today, Gamion? Sure. 5 coins. 5 coins. 5 coins. Max level. Doesn't tell me though what level I'm at. Okay. Fine. I do want to change this transparency to not be transparent at all. I do want to pull this up so it fits a little better. How much room do I have left? Not a lot on the button. So maybe underneath it I'll do a little 1 of 3, 2 of 3, 3 of 3. We're going to make the UI look much nicer later. Today is not that day. So attack power, text, we're going to do another UI element, text. We're going to call this rank text. Zero of 3. Where do we put it? What's the size of this? 24? 24. Let's make the width 50. Nope. 75. Height 50. Nope. 25. Fits. Let's pull that out of there so I can see what it looks like. Center it. Center it. Where do we put that for now? Under the button? Seems pretty reasonable, actually. What are you buffing at? Stop buffing. Okay, 160. Seconds. Go here, go there, go there. Okay. So 0 of 3. This is a width of 160. If I make this 160, I can center that pretty easily off that. Position is here. And then I can pull it down. I can actually do a dual panel, but I just don't care right now. Minus 20, just puts it right over the top of that. Minus 20, minus 30, minus 35. There you go. Let's duplicate that. Put it. Thank you, Nicole. It sounds horrible, or is it actually not too bad? This is under that, which should be. Beans. Beans couldn't give up her, whatever, 40-day watch streak. Minus 35, minus 35. Okay, so now I have a rank for defense. I have a rank for... So this is really text. Well, let me change. Yeah, well. We're going to do X of Y. Let's go to the code. We need to put a field header. Attack, power, upgrade, field header, defense upgrade, but I see these are out of whack. Attack, attack. So now I need another text box for defense. Rank. And attack power rank. Thank you, IntelliSense, for deleting my cursor again. I love it. Okay, update the UI. Set attack power. I'm gonna change this to UI. Set defense UI. We're gonna rename that. We're gonna rename this. And we're also going to say. That's exactly what we're gonna say. That's exactly what we're going to say there. Might change it to of, but helps if I actually set it. Scroll down. Defense rank is this. The rank text for this is that. Let's go. Cool. Zero of three, one of three, two of three, three of three. Cool, cool, cool. What's the height on this sucker? 100, 200. What's the height on you? 250. Should we make this whole panel about 250? Probably needs a little bit of a... Actually fits pretty well. 252 with that little margin. Yep. Cool, 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 cool. Oh, actually I need the bottom down there. I need a close button. Okay, let's make that bigger. Ugh. Footer. Put the button in the footer. Remove the text. Put the button in here. This is going to be over here. Why did you stretch? And ask it. Oh, I know why you stretched, because you were stretched already. 200. 160 by 50. Let's do like 150 by 30, 40. Let's give it a little bit of a minus 20. Call that the button close. So on button click, could call code, could just do it based on the event here. If I call code though, I can tell the hero they're off the UI. Okay. So on click, we want to take this whole panel. We want to set the this panel doesn't have a canvas group. thingy? Guess not. Okay. Canvas group. Okay. Button. Canvas group alpha goes to 0. Canvas group interactable gets turned off. I really should just do this in code. I'm just hitting one after another. This is kind of dumb. Let's do this. Okay. Oh, that's not saved, so I don't get it. All right. Let's see here. Okay. Do that, do that. Button on click. Button close. On close. Let's just save these on start. Private canvas group. Canvas group. Public, private, void, awake. Yep, that's exactly what I want. Doesn't need this is you dumbass, it's a private. So then on close, this dot canvas group, alpha, interactable, correct. Oh. Okay. Can I make a generic UI shower for my NPCs? I think I can. Can I make a generic UI that anything can show something? Yes. I actually could use the interactable event, but if I use that, then I can't tell the... Can't tell the player to stop moving. It's a different type of interactable. It's a UI interactable. All right, let's try that. New file. Let's call it interactable UI display. Namespace melee.ui. You know, the AI just decided to show me something that might have been close, and then decided to delete it and put a using on here. Thanks. Super helpful. I swear to God, this thing is absolutely the worst. Potion select window. Yes, that is what I want. Jackass. I swear to God. I'm gonna shoot this thing half the time. Public class this. Oh, okay, here we go. What did you decide to do? We need a canvas group. So let's field, serialized field, public canvas group. Okay, so then this, gotta put this in front of them all. Now property. Yes. Gonna be smart? No. Oh yeah, I lost this one. Okay. So if we show it, we're gonna bring it to the front. Gonna hide it, whatever. That's not an interactable now. So now this has got to change to an interactable base. Interactable base. Let's see if I can spell. Don't really need the hide. I really just want the show. And to be honest, I'm just going to do this. But fix the spacing nonsense. Thank you. I hate that that's that slow. If source dot there's a try get components. Nope. Network object. Who's messaging me? So if it does have a network object associated to it, we want to make sure that the network object is owned by whoever's interacting. This will stop the multiplayer issues where the screen will pop up when a different player touches it because they're not the owner. This happens all the time in my code because I forget to check who the owner is. Then what we want to do is we also want to say if the thing has a hero interacts UI controls, I think it is. If it does, there's no if statement here. I just want to say, I haven't used this thing in a while. Is window open equals true? That might be read only. What does this look like? That is absolutely read only. On Windows state event? What the hell is that? So this is an event that triggers. Anything actually listen to this? It's using a scriptable object game event. Is anything referencing this? Should be the move, yes. Hero movement is using this. Okay, that's good. So what I want to do is I want to say public void set window open state pool is open. I can do a string. I didn't realize I actually was putting a window name in these. I don't know what I'm using it for. Here, let me do a find all references on this. Nothing. Not a thing is using that. Huh. To do is anything using this, and if not, do we need it? Sure. That's it. Oh, no. I need a... Here, set okay, so we're saying that a window is open. Then on the blacksmith panel, when we hit close, we need to know. Stop it. I'm in a different thing here. That's a problem. How do I know who is the player, though? I need to know who opened it. I can save who opened it. Yep, I don't have any code to do that yet. Private game object. Yep. Source. Sure. Interactor. I kind of want to change all that place I put source. Does he spell interactor? I don't think so. No. Interactor? Yep. So the interactor, and now I have a problem with this. So I want to pull hero. It's going to make a mess. Hero dots ensure UI controls into this hero. How bad did I just break the game? Shit. Doesn't have a clue what input system is. Okay, so I gotta go to core. Gotta add the input system. Still not found? Oh, you are found. Just being a little bitch. That was actually an easy fix. Sometimes that can be a little rough around the edge. Okay, so the blacksmith. Interactor, get the hero thing, set the state to false. And then what we're going to want to do is have an open window. Okay. Wow, what did you just do? Okay, well. Oh boy. Will you stop trying to highlight for me? I can take care of that. We're going to set the alpha. We're going to say that a window's open. All I was doing was setting. That makes the interactable UI display fail. I was cheating by just pushing the friggin' window open. Oh, but yes, I didn't touch the blacksmith. I don't know what window I'm actually interacting with. So the hero controls know that something is open. The blacksmith does not. Could use events, but even if I use events, I still don't know how to listen to it. Make this an interface. And then on this could ask for the interface. Could. I open a window. Namespace. Melee.ui. It's about right. Using Unity engine. New class. Interface, open window, interactor. Sure, that technically would work. And then I put the interface on this guy. I open window. Yes. Why are you mad? Don't know what it is. I thought I just added that to the UI. I hate that I have two right now. Did I add it to the wrong UI? Yeah, I did. These two belong. Come on. Let's go up. 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 Come on. Open. Down. 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 Right here. Move. Okay, so now on this thing, I can ask it for a, stop it. I can ask it for a I open window. And we can say that if the open window is not null. If, actually we just do this, right? Open window, source. Should set it. Okay, so now I go here and I set this to 0. It's not interactable, it's blocking all flags. Fine. If I go to the buildings, blacksmith plots, I open up phases. Four, 5, and 6. And I touch the NPC and I add to him interactable UI display. that didn't save my open window. The heck? Interactable UI display should have a open window. Can you not do interfaces? I always forget if you can or cannot do interfaces on that. Stupid. You can't. Oh. I need more water, so I shall be right back 1 second. We are back. I am back. I'm just saying we, but what the heck did I just get notified? Don't like doing that, but it does work. I have to find a better way of interacting with. So, in case anyone's wondering why I'm trying to hit this thing called Hero UI controls. And yes, I think I'm gonna have to change to an event-based system, which is fine. There's nothing wrong with that. That is definitely the solution, actually, at this point. Anytime a UI pops up, it just needs to say, hey, I'm open. When the UI is closed, it needs to say, hey, I'm closed. And then what can happen is the heroes themselves can listen for those UI events and just be like, yep, going to do what I do because the UI window is open. Why do I care that the UI window is open? Well, I don't want the player to move. I don't want the player to shoot. I don't want them to try to open another window. There are things that I don't want them to be able to do. So I need to listen to those events. I just have to make sure that it actually works. Because if an event fails, it could technically get stuck. There's been a few games that I've played in the past where you open a UI window and you close the UI window sometimes quick enough, or in certain circumstances you can't move afterwards and you're stuck. An easy fix to that is, or not an easy fix, an easy fix when you're in those games is if you were close enough to reopen the UI window, you can re-trigger it to fix itself. Or sometimes you just open a different one, like your inventory or something, and it would fix it. From a code perspective, I don't know of an easy way to fix that. One thing I could do if it was running into issues at some point is I could keep a list of all the canvas groups in the entire game or scene and just ask which canvas group is set to not 0 from an alpha perspective, which means it's displayed. That's a polling situation, and I don't want to do that. The event is definitely a better way of handling that. But for now, I want to see if this works. So I'm going to turn off NPC chat. It's not talking to you anymore. And I do want to turn this on. So I want to turn on this, and I want to give it the upgrade panel. And I want to give it the canvas group. Cool. So we don't have a UI displayed right now. That's good. Boy, his interact distance is real tiny. Yeah. Lost the building. Let me make your interaction distance a little bigger here, my friend. There we go. That might be a little better. When I come over here, I do want to kill his little pop-up text that he has because he's kind of annoying. Oh, actually I was only doing that to the one. Damn it. Let me talk to all of these NPCs. You, and you. Add component, interactable UI display. Let's pull in the blacksmith upgrade. Okay. And let's turn off his NPC chat on all of them. Let's kill the canvas render on all of these. All right. Sweet. Can I move? No, but there's a missing component exception. Huh. That's not what I expected. Okay, I can move again. So that's working. Interactable UI display is saying there is no canvas group. Sirs, you just opened it, literally. Literally says on line 40. It says this is null, but then it opened it. You drunk? No, you're not drunk. How'd that get removed? It's there. Odd, it's being deleted on run. The fuck? Fine. You want to be an asshat? We can un-asshat you if you're going to be an asshat. Goodbye. Private game canvas group. Canvas group. Nope. Lowercase. Goodbye. Copy. Because we're just going to get it ourselves instead of setting it. What are you set to? Let's close this. I don't want that. Or this. Or that. I want to see things. Okay. Very odd. Why is the NPC chat still working? I shut you off. The event's still triggered, aren't I? You're such an asshole. I hate that about Unity. When a component is disabled, events will still trigger. I really don't care. Okay, so let's reset some things. We're going to set the plot down to 3. We're going to set our upgrades to 0. What are you going to Twitch switch to? Here, Twitch switched. Can I go back now? There's nothing to switch to, you schmuck. It's literally a black screen. Much better, huh? Oh my gosh. I can't with you. I just can't. Okay, so he's level 0. I try to talk to him, and I upgrade both of these. Plot level's too low to keep going. Oh, cool, but it goes anyway. Ha! Did it actually go? It did. That's a bug. Okay, so blacksmith plot. When you click the button... Oh! I'm not checking the level at all. I'm only checking it on the UI. What am I, a dum-dum? Swear to God. Am I even checking the... I'm not even checking the max level. Max level doesn't matter. But it is triggering a save event every time you do that. So let's not. We need this check here. We need to put the current flag up here. All right, so if you don't have the money, just go away for one. However, we need to get the current level of the current power attack. Attack power, rather. If the current level is the max level, we leave. Return. If the current level is greater than the plot level's too great, we leave. We don't have the plot level. Need the plot level. Okay, so this has to come over here. This has to be changed to defense flag. This can get deleted. Alright, so if the plot level is the flag of the blacksmith and the defense flag is the current level, if the current level equals max level, stop. If the current level is greater than the plot level minus 3, we return, which makes sense. Okay, see if that works. Power level too low. Okay, and it's not going up. Yep, I can check in the save file too. It has not gone up. Okay, so now I should be able to go to the dungeon. Should be able to pick up his hammer. Go back to town. He has tools. Cool. It's not too low anymore. Cool. Hear my fireplace crackling. Should not be crackling. Pick up this cool Heart of the Flame. Go back to town. Cool. Done. I will be right back 1 second. My fire is crackling and whatnot. should be back. Clicked an ad break while I was gone too, just to get that out of the way. Okay. So that's functioning. There was another bug last night that we were talking about. Well, I fixed it. Yeah, the coins in the multiplayer, I think it was. I fixed that. Cool. Oh yeah, that all UI is over the top of the environment right now. And I don't really care. Not until we redo the UI. Real key is that. It's also weird is I can shoot. How did I pull that off? Not sure how I pulled that off. Saw something the other day. I had a lamp. I don't know how we get in there. Well, I know how I can get in there. Just gonna like Archer. Just gonna kind of put myself in there. I'm actually curious what. Yeah, it is. It's a fully locked room. Cool. Yes, yes, Tracy. It's a bomb of a wall. Huh. How the hell could that have happened? Code behind generating this thing is not fun. It has to be redone. There are 4.4 billion combinations, or different seeds, I should say. So, yeah, I mean, I could try a couple, but it's going to be a while. We've tried a few, and we've obviously played the game a bunch of times. We've tried probably 500. 64-bit int max size unsigned. Oh, whoops! Actually, it's 32-bit. Sorry. 4.3 billion different combinations. The thing is, like, do I try to fix it? Do I try to look into it? I have plans on rewriting a lot of that code. Am I going to rewrite it enough that it makes this go away? Or that the seed is fine and then it's another seed that's a problem? It's not ever gen? The heck's gen? Trying to think how it could even happen. You know what I could do? Just for giggles. I want to see something. Let's see. This code is bad. It's a lot of code. What I could do... Room first dungeon generator. We can stop corridoring it together. Connect the rooms. Let's turn that off. I want to know, is it the corridor that fucked up or is it the rooms? Into corridors. It's a room. That's weird. Why do I keep starting in the town? I'm dumb. Start a goddamn dungeon. Okay. I know what it is. I don't know if I want to fix it for now. It's the random walker. Random walker starting in a weird spot for some reason. When the rooms are square, it's fine. He's supposed to walk from the center of the room. And that is not the center, my friend. Current position is that position. If it's a random start parameter, he can start. That's what it is. Let me see what the parameter is on that. One thing I need to understand, if you generate a seed, is it always going to be that way, or can you force a regen of that seed? Not how seeds work. Both questions are wrong. There's no generation of a seed. There is no forcing a regeneration of that seed. All the seed is doing is setting the random values in the order that they come up. That cannot change. However, most people would then say, well, then your game is always going to be the same on that seed. No. Depends on the random events that happen within that particular seed in the order that they actually happen.
So from a room generation perspective, yes, it's one of the first things that I do. Therefore, nothing can happen before that that's going to cause that to be different. But once that room generation is done and a human gets involved, who knows what will happen. So no, we cannot regenerate the walls. That as long as the code does the same thing. Now what's funny is I could change the order of the code, right? So example being, if I move the chest spawning and the enemy spawning and I flip them in order, which doesn't really matter to me which order they go, I don't really care. But if I do the chest spawning first before the enemies, you will get a different layout than if you do the chest after the enemies, because different fucking randomness at that point. So yeah, it could get weird like that, but for the most part, yes. Once the game goes into quote-unquote production, the order of operations for all the things that happen before a human gets involved is going to be solid. And thus, a seed will always generate the same layout every time.
Here. Here. Turn that off.
That's going to be... It's going to make a totally different layout. Damn it. It is. It's going to make a completely different layout. It's no longer valid.
Shit.
I know exactly what happened. Is there ways around it? Maybe. Yeah. Oh shit! I have the.
Oh no, that.
This is the one I was actually looking for. Okay, I'm wrong. I don't know exactly what happened. I thought it was this. He should be starting in the same spot every single fucking time. Debug log. I didn't come in here. I just say I did come in here. What I actually do want to also output is this thing isn't changing anything, right? I need to make this a little smarter. Just get random cardinal position is literally getting a random cardinal position, and it can just kind of get stuck. Kind of like going up and down, up and down, up and down, or left and right, left and right, left and right all day long. And it'll just get stuck in one spot, which is exactly what happened there. There's some dude who just went like this. Up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down. He didn't make a room. But the problem is I should actually have a start position. And that returns the path. Right, we add the start position. Yeah, Jeff, it is.
I'll put 106. Yeah. 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 Okay. Do something. If path.count equals 2. Huh. Ah, it's actually 1. How the fuck is it 1? I thought it was 2. It's impossible to be 1. Didn't spit out anything. How the hell is this one tiny little square in there? How? It's part of that room. The room when whole includes that object. It shouldn't be starting over there. How did this get in there? I wish I knew the frickin'... I wish I knew the location. I don't know the location. I do know the location. Kinda. If I take an object and I just stick it right here. Create a new game object. And we take it and put it right there. It's about 14 by 5, I think. I think it's here. Don't have a hanker. Boy, I could talk. Blech. We don't have a hacker. Let me talk a little better. Jeez, oh feet. We don't have a hacker rank for Unity. I don't know why my mouth is just... My brain is focused on why there's a single tile screwing up with my random dungeon generation. And my mouth just is like, nope, we're not going to participate. So 14 by 5. I want to know when path dot contains new vector to int 14 by 5. See if that works. Ten. Happened only once. How is the center point 1010? That included a fuck you. I'll put a pause break there. I'm going to connect to this damn thing.
All right, what's in path? A lot. What? That should have connected. $14.4, unless I got the coordinates wrong. This made a this. 12.4, 13.4, 14.4, 14.5. That is an L. It actually came from here. Not like that. This might be the wrong spot. I'll have to look. And it should also have one at 11.5 and 11.6. It should be like this. What's that look like on the game? That might be the wrong spot. Damn, how do I know? That's 14.6. What do you subtract? I can never remember which point the tiles work off of. Grid. Show me the grid. Oh, why can't I find the grid? There you are. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It is 14.5. What would have blocked it from trying to draw the floor there? So what this is called. primary position in the floor. We make sure that it's not without a bounds. I wonder if that's fucking it. Pause break here. I wonder if floor doesn't even have that. But room floor does. Pause break there. Playing. Huh. Okay. Does room floor contain... No, I've actually never used the output down here. Debug console. Dot contains. Does this work? New vector to int 14 by 5. Oh, well, that's a problem. I don't use VS Code enough. Unity engine. Cool. Ah, now it's lowercase. That's why. It's capital I. True. Can I do that without Unity engine? Does it know the namespace at least? Yes. Okay. So now we're going to let it fly. Gets to there. VS Code. Duh. Does the floor contain 14.5? It does. But does it contain 14.4? It does not. Okay, hold on a second. F5. You know, I'm really trying here. I'm really trying to not hate it. Shit, I went too far. It's really hard to go from a enterprise solution that costs a lot of money to a free solution that people say is great, but in all honesty, it's a souped up Notepad++. Not necessarily more than Notepad++. There's enough plugins with Notepad++ to do same shit. And without the plugins in VS Code, it doesn't do shit either. Without the C# plugin, can't debug C# stuff. Without Python, you can't debug Python stuff. That's an every language problem. I know, you would think, right? Microsoft app, they would throw the C language in there or whatever. You would think out of the box it would support like PowerShell, C#, VB, F#. What else would they probably shove in it? They wouldn't throw, I mean, YAML and JSON are always kind of supported because they're just fucking text. Maybe TypeScript. Okay. Does the floor contain 14.4? It does. That's the problem. This check for the room bounds is failing me. it decided to kick 14-4 out. By kicking 14-4 out, I see what it did. I know exactly what it did. Son of a bitch. That's a weird situation. Okay, let's see. So if I take this code out, just for giggles for right now, I can show you that it should work. I don't know how to fix it. It's funny what it did. I know. Fucking ridiculous. Yep. We have ourselves a nice connection. Okay, so reason that happened is because there were two rooms right next to each other like this. They were literally overlapping each other. Might be slightly different size, but they're, I should say overlapping. They're touching each other. Random walkers spawned in the center every time. And he walked, and he did this, and he did this. And he kept walking around, making the room. And he's like, yep, going to make this cool room. I'm going to make this room. I'm going to go over here, going to go over here. And then he went like this. Okay. Let me get that to go there. Ah, damn it. He went like that. Now, so wacky. Actually, it's not quite right. Let me put this back a second. It's like this. Black. Yep. Just like that. There is a gap between them. I forgot. There is a gap. That's on me. Let me make this a little thicker. So the random walker walks, blah, 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 boop-a-doop-a-doop-oo, dooby-dooby-doo, and then he ends up here. Like that. This random walker walks, 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 walks. Sure. And what ends up happening is that boundary thing says I need to delete all tiles that fell outside of my boundary. So it does. What does it delete? This tile. It's not that there's a wall there. That is a room in this space in between. This is the binary splitter cutting the squares up. So it has all these different squares. And it wants to fill in those squares with random walkers. What will end up happening later is the corridor will connect them. And you'll get a nice connection between them through the corridor walker, which is fine. It will. That's the corridor connection. So yes, the corridor will come in later, and it will go like this. Whoop, and it'll connect the two of them. And those will be connected. But if you look, the random walker in the left room decided to cross the boundary into the right room. Now, if you get lucky, you could get lucky that this random walker happens to touch that random walker's spot. And it would look normal. But if he happens to not go down there, you get that gap. It's either that, Jeff, or I have to give up on the boundaries and not care. What do I give a shit about boundaries? Go fucking walk. There's plenty of space. Have at it. I don't really care that you went outside your boundary. Or I need to constrain the random walkers to the boundaries regardless of regardless of I shouldn't say that. Nope. I need to constrain the random walkers to the boundaries while they're walking, not after they're walking. What do I care if they go out of bounds? There's no bounds in Unity anyway. I have. Is the game running now? So what if he goes another 3 tiles to the left or right? It might make the dungeon feel a little bigger and nicer. I don't know. Let me get there. Come on. Oh, hold on. It's locked up. No, it won't. It would be still connected. See, it worked just fine. He went out of bounds, but it worked just fine. It's barely out of bounds, but he's out of bounds. Pretend like the bounds was here. Like right there. So when he walked down here like an asshole, he went out of bounds. So we whack it. Yeah. It such a simple little thing. I at least understand why it did it, which is a good thing. I have a few fixes for it. Simplest fix is to just throw the bounds out. What cares? And in fact, if you throw the bounds out, you'll get connections between rooms that you never anticipated. You could end up with 2 rooms having 2 or 3 connections to them instead of a single corridor that goes between them. Because one random walker decided to just, I'm going to take a stroll over to my friend's house over on the right. And there's other random walkers like, I'm going to go north for a little while. Like, you could. But in terms of Unity, how far could they go? Like, I'm not worried so much about them walking too far. They only have the ability to walk 15 spaces right now with my current settings. Who cares? Or I need to block them earlier. Instead of blocking them here, after they do their random walk, see, this is the whole floor. And I'm trying to cut them into their bounds here. The better thing would be is when they're walking. And here, when they go to choose a new position, make sure that position is not out of bounds. If it is, pick a different one. That's how to fix that. Yeah, that's a bug. Still a funny bug, but at least I know what the hell it's doing. Now the problem with that bug, let's put it back. Let me put the corridors back too before I forget. The hell's the goddamn corridor generation? Fuck. It's here. Was there? There it is. It's the hole maker. It's the corridors. Turn that off. The bad thing about that bug, it is 100% possible an event room, an exit, or a start room spawns off of this, and you would be stuck. Now, I could write an algorithm to find detached items, but I'd prefer to stop it from happening then address it after. The algorithm probably isn't too bad to check for unattached areas. I'm more of the mindset of treat the cause than the symptom. No, probably not. If our dungeon generation is solid, there's no need for a validator. Will I ever get it solid? I don't know. Maybe we do need a CYA at the end to be like, we're not really sure how good this is going to work, so let's check the whole ground to make sure that there's, it's walkable. The algorithm to check it probably isn't the worst. Boy, it's probably pretty quick because you're just dealing with vectors. I wouldn't be dealing with images. Nothing is drawn yet at this point. I would just be checking vectors. And a vector needs to have a friend. No, it's not that easy, actually. Because if you have a room that's been pushed off, like more than one, everybody's got a friend, but it's just themselves. They don't have any other friends, so they're trapped. They're an island. And that would be bad. I don't have to worry about chests, pots, entrance, exit rooms, and things like that, because if the dungeon is good, where it puts those is safe. Always. So let's take for example your pots in your chest. The pots in the chest can only spawn on a floor. If the floor is safe, the floor is safe. It doesn't matter where they get spawned, right? The start room and the exit room, same thing. It can only attach itself to a floor. So if it attaches to a floor and we know that the floor is safe, we're good. But boy, actually, now that I'm thinking about it, how to check to see if anything is... Trying to make sure that nothing is an island somewhere. It's actually a little harder than I'm thinking. Because I would have to keep track of who's friendly with who. And if there's a set that doesn't path to another one, I need to trash it. But, boy, that's actually worse than I'm thinking. You send an Enix and make him walk the whole map? Yes. Ah, you stupid. Get out of here. Nope, Jeffrey got it. Thank you. The real key would just to stop it from happening before I try to go down the path. Again, I like treating the cause than the symptom better. A lot of developers, I find at least, a lot of developers treat the symptom. Don't actually fix the underlying cause of the problem. There is a problem here. I know what it is. I can address it in 3 ways. Problem is, if I fix it, I can't tell that it's fixed. Because I'm going to use another random. I'm going to call random one more time in there. And by calling random one more time, the rest of the dungeon layout is different. That is the worst thing with this procedural dungeon. Ah, son of a bitch. Look, if I actually kept him in the bounds of this room, this square that he's supposed to be in. And so when he went to make this down, I would say, no, don't go down. Because you hit the bottom to connect these two. I'm going to say, no, don't go down. And he's going to, shit. And he's going to go random again. And he's going to pick a different place. But if he does that, everything up to this point will look identical. As soon as this random walker goes to go down and fails, the rest of the dungeon layout will be different. Shit. And if it happens to be the first one, the whole dungeon will be different. If it happens to be the last one, then yeah, it'll be real close. Honestly, I think I'm just going to pull the bounds off. I really don't care. I know why I was trying to do it in the beginning. Like, I was thinking about it, and I was like, yeah, I want you to stay inside your little home. Because I was trying to put, like, a max size of the rooms. And that's fine. Actually, the other thing I could do, instead of boxing him in there, where's the binary partitioner? Instead of boxing him in here, right here, I could box him in at the end, just destroy all the paths that are outside. Could. Or here. Right, this path here. Check the bounds on this guy. This can go away now. Bound this path to the room parameters before I union it to the floor. Huh. Yeah, so I have this. Room bounds.x. Room bounds is generated off of the room list. Room list comes from this. Right, and it's putting it in the square based on whatever that binary splitter came up with. Yep. And it's saying you can't go to the left of the room, can't go above the room, you can't go below the room, and you can't go to the right of the room. You gotta stay in this spot. So yeah, I could send the bounds to this, and then I could lock it there. Now, why isn't it destroying it here? It's because it's inside the bounds of another object. Yeah, that's why. It's going through the entire room list and saying you can fit in here. I think, at least. Or is this code just bad? It's awful, I can tell you that, but let's see. Pull it down, pull it down, pull it down. No, pull it down.
the x is greater than no, if the x is in between these two spots, it's good. If the y is in between these two spots. Fuck. I swear to God. Come on, Unity, come. Oh my God, now you went to the other window. Thanks. What? Did it just crash? What is happening? Oh, Unity, you're a pain in my ass.
Un momento. Reopening Unity.
Nope. Right, because it still goes underneath. That's still in bounds, and the other two are not. Yeah, it broke because he went down and around. He went out of bounds to come back up and in. You got to stop you have to stop him from doing it. If you want to keep him in the bounds, you got to stop him from doing it as he walks. Otherwise, he leaves something. He leaves a tail. That's what he's doing. He's leaving a fucking tail. I do think there was a bug here, though, too. It's supposed to be a plus there. I should just get rid of the offset. The offset's stupid. I'm never going to use it. But what if we just did this? That's a rectangle, bounds hint. Room bounds. Let's go here. Let's go here. Oh shit, I don't have it there. This is a structure? Yeah, it's a struct. I can't even know. I mean, I can null it, but. Who calls you? Damn. So that's going to be annoying. Let's close this. Close this. This. So at least working in the right files. So I need it right there.
Simple random walk.
Doing something stupid right now. Just gonna overload this for a moment. won't need this anymore. Who's digging me? If
I'm going to screw the offset for a moment. But if the bounds does not contain this position,
that's a bounds int 2. Does it have? Is there a bounds? Is it really just a single fucking XY? This is C. I'm in 2D. I don't need fucking 3. Come on, you need to stop fucking piling.
I made the dungeon so much better. All it did was connect the centers of the rooms with the corridors. The entire dungeon. Everything failed. It's perfect. It is perfect.
It's getting dark out.
This is the best dungeon ever. We're going to go run this dungeon. Here we go.
Hiya, hiya, choo choo. Yay, chest.
Cool, cool, cool. Another chest. That means nothing. This failed. Every single check. Cool. Guess I'll have to do a check myself because I bet you the z-axis is probably fucking throwing it off. It's fine. Let's see. Let's see if it was. Let's see if it wasn't. I don't care about the offsets. Okay, so now it's actually checking to see if it's inside of it. Instead, we need to go outside of it. Actually, no. Oh, no, that's min. Right. So this has got to be, it's greater than the max. And if it's less than the min, actually, what I'll do is I'll keep it min max. I'll just flip the signs. So it's greater than, less than the min, greater than the max. It's bad because it's on the X, it's way out. The Y is less than the min or greater than the max. We take a hike. Stop. I don't want your fucking suggestion, AI. Don't want it. There we go. I'll fix that problem. Surprised I didn't delete that though. Unless the balance really is okay there. Alright, this code might have fixed it. To do if the fix in proves to be working, remove this logic. This was trying to keep the positions of the random walk inside the bounds of the room. However, it was causing empty islands to exist. The better thing is to stop the random walker from walking out. However, the code to do possibly handle the offset of the parameters as well as possibly a parameter to skip this check and allow the walking outside of the room. Alright, well, it's fixed. It's generating a dungeon that looks like a dungeon now. I'm gonna leave both code there for. What? Oh. Unity's stupid with hot reloading. I'm like, what is going on?
Yeah. Hot reloading sometimes. It's just a pain in my ass. Might need to clean up my asset folder. Library folder, I mean, sorry. There we go. So many chests with keys. Every single chest had a key in it. Or on it. The way the random crumbles.
Alright. I mean, we fixed it. I don't love it at the moment, but I mean, it is certainly fixed. I want to think about it a little bit more.
I also want to go back to town.
I gotta redo the whole random dungeon generation because I want to have multiples supported a little bit better than the way I do now. I want to clean up a lot of duplicate code. Alright. I think that's it for now, though. I think I'm in a good place to stop for a bit. And I'll be back tonight with the rest of the gang. Because it is Monday stream night. So we'll be back in about 3.5 hours. And thanks for watching. We'll see you guys later. I'm going to find somebody to raid out to here in a second. Let's find someone. Who's raiding? Oh, maybe Covino's streaming. I never get to raid him. Yeah.